Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It is September 25th, the last Monday of September. I'm Jackie Pepe, as you all know, and Jackie Geisinger is here, but she's traveling, so she's manning the chat today. A little role reversal from usual. But you guys, today we have super special guests in the room. We have from our legal team, we have Anna and Brian here with us today. They're going to talk with us about some best practices for social media to protect you and protect your businesses and make sure that everything is above board as we share Jafra on the internet. Does that sound fun? Yes? Awesome. So without further ado, I turn the mic over to Brian and Anna. And if you have questions while they're presenting, feel free to pop them in the chat and I'll facilitate any questions for them so that we make sure everybody gets their questions answered. Cool? Take it away, Brian.
Great. Morning, everybody. I'm Brian. Let me get the screen shared here, and then we can kind of get started. So if I figure out how to do that, here's your screen.
The green button at the bottom will do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And here's this. Fantastic. All right.
There she is.
So hi, I'm Brian. I'm the new associate counsel here at Jafra. I started back here in March, and I work with Anna to handle all things legal and compliance. This is my first compliance training, and I can't wait to meet you all in person. As a little about myself, I graduated from USC Gould School of Law, and I worked in entertainment for a couple of years. Specifically, I worked at CBS. I worked on shows like Walker, Texas Ranger, Survivor. My parents love Survivor. The Real Love Boat, that sort of thing. I'm recently married, and we adopted a cat recently. He's a little rascal of an orange tabby. He's almost a year old. So that's about me. Today, we're here to discuss some tips for helping you all stay compliant on social media. As I imagine you know, being professionals in the industry, we have to follow the laws and regulations as enforced by the FTC and DSA. For those who may be unfamiliar with those acronyms, the FTC is the Federal Trade Commission and regulates business activity to protect consumers, including direct selling activity. The DSA stands for Direct Selling Association and has a self-regulatory group that helps keep all the direct selling companies sort of in line. So why is it important we talk about social media here today? Well, social media is out there for everyone to see, including the regulators. The FTC and DSA regularly search social media for specific terms to regulate. That's why we're here today, to help you to try to avoid any regulatory issues on social media. We want to ensure that our field is trained to comply with the laws and regulations enforced by these organizations so that you can all grow your Jafra business successfully and without issue. Anything to add, Anna?
No, just hello, everybody. It's so good to see you via Zoom. And Brian, I'll let you take it away. We're so happy to have you, and we're looking forward to hearing your tips.
Great. So without further ado, let's talk tips. These are some of the compliance tips that we'll discuss today. This is sort of an overview. If you have any questions, please feel free to hold them put them in the chat. We'll kind of get to them at the end. So what we're going to go over today is checking your name on social media, using disclaimers, representing Jafra with integrity, commission as opposed to earnings claims, and just kind of an overview of we're all into this together. So first, we're going to talk about checking your name. We want you to be proud about being an entrepreneur and having your own Jafra business. The spirit of Jafra is one heart, one Jafra. And we see us as one team working together and as a field, both corporate and field working together. That said, it's important to represent yourself correctly and accurately. Consumers could get confused if just the word Jafra is part of your social media profile rather than saying Jafra Independent Contractor, which shows you have your own Jafra business. We understand how important it is for you to promote your own business, to gain clients and build teams, and we want to help you do that. With that in mind, here are two options for how to manage the name on your profile. So as you can see here, we suggest saying Jafra Independent Consultant as opposed to just Jafra. As one option, you could add a nickname. To do this, go to the About section on Facebook, then go to Details About You, add nickname, and as your nickname, put Jafra Independent Consultant or Contractor. Check the box that says Show it top of profile, then click the Save button in the lower right-hand corner or area of the screen. This is a great option because your name is written clearly and your affiliation with Jafra is at the top of your page, both loud and proud. And as you can see here, we have an example of Anna where her nickname is Jafra Independent Consultant. Option 2 is to add your Jafra Independent Consultant status to your work info. If you go to the About section on Facebook, you can find this ability to add this to your page. You'll click on the Work and Education tab. There you can list yourself as a self-employed entrepreneur and that your position is as a Jafra Independent Consultant. You can also add a description to give people some more details about your Jafra business. For example, here we wrote, I'm proud to announce, went too fast. I'm proud to announce I was recently promoted to a manager at Jafra. You can see kind of the description here. Move this over. For the Consultant Leadership Program. Running my own Jafra business is fantastically fulfilling. If you're interested in joining my Jafra team, send me a DM. So that's the kind of thing you can add on that Facebook page. If you ever have any questions about how to correctly title social media pages, label your social media handles, or do anything regarding what I'm talking about here, please don't hesitate to reach out to us or the Jackies. You can email us at JafraCares and we'll be happy to help you. All right, so moving on now. This is our second tip. And it's fun working Zoom while doing PowerPoint. Okay.
You're doing so great, Brian.
Thank you. Tip 2 is to use disclosures. This relates to any time you talk about what you can earn with Jafra in terms of bonuses, incentives, trips, leadership levels, that sort of thing. In the past few years, the Direct Selling Association, DSA, we talked about earlier, has encouraged all companies to use disclosures while making earnings or lifestyle claims. As you know, the general rule is that anytime anyone promotes a direct selling opportunity, they are legally required to give a realistic view of what the typical person can reasonably expect to earn. Disclosures are one kind of industry way of achieving this. So with that in mind, we've put together a handy disclosure guide for you to follow and some examples to show you how this is done. I know most of you have already seen this, and we appreciate if you've already heard this before, but we want to make sure that we're all on the same page and kind of give you a reminder here. That said, let's take a look at the example on the screen. I know some of you just got back from Hawaii. Congratulations to everybody who was an earner on that trip. So here's an example of how, what I'm talking about. We can say something with disclosures and share the trip. So here Anna says, I had a blast in Hawaii with my Jafra family. I'm proud to be one of the Jafra top earners. It took a lot of work, but I did it. And then here's the disclosure. During 2022, 0.19% of the consultant base earned the incentive trip offered by Jafra. So that's where you'll kind of include the disclosure with any kind of social media post. And I wanted to show everybody now where you can find the disclosure guide. So if you go to the Jafra Biz website, you can click this business tab and then click down on compliance and legal. And then it'll take you to this page. And then here is the disclosure guide right here. And you can download that. This is an example of what the disclosure guide looks like. It's just the first page. But it gives our recommendations and some tips for making sure you're compliant, in addition to what we're talking about here today. If you ever need any help finding the disclosure guide or want us to send you a copy, please email us at JafraCares and we'll be happy to send it into your email inbox. Okay, moving on to tip number 3. We don't see this come up very much, but we kind of just wanted to address it and make sure everyone is aware of our policies and on integrity. As I'm sure you all know, Jafra is committed to diversity, equality, and inclusion. We just want to make sure that all of the consultants review and follow Jafra's anti-discrimination and anti-harassment policies. So here we say Jafra is committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion. These policies can be found in sections 4.3, 4.5, and 7.8 of our P&P sections. You are an important part creating a welcoming environment for everybody in Jafra. Make sure you represent Jafra with the utmost integrity and professionalism in all that you do. So here's the policies and procedures guide for those who haven't seen it. And it can be found in the same place where I showed the disclosure guide earlier. Again, if you'd like a copy, please email us at Jafra Cares. We'd be happy to send you one. Tip number, moving on. Tip number 4, we're going to discuss talking commission as opposed to earnings. So this relates to earnings and lifestyle claims. To ensure everyone remains compliant, we have some examples of do's and don'ts for these types of earning claims. So instead of saying, these are kind of things we've seen both internally and also, among the field in general, but we just want to kind of go over these real quick. So we suggest, instead of saying start earning now or earn commission from day one, earn commission when you sell and earn up to 30 to 50% commission when you sell product. Instead of make money on your terms, we'd like to say earn commission on your terms when you sell product. This is the idea Anna and I want to kind of focus on is when you sell product, you earn commission here at Jafra. That's the opportunity, and that's the thing that's compliant for the FTC and DSA for us to kind of say. In addition, we'd like to address this idea of discover how fabulous it feels to be your own boss or be your own boss claims. Instead, we'd like to say run your own show or manage your own business. Finally, instead of saying work from home, we suggest saying manage your business from home or that sort of thing. Finally, we just want to go over the idea that Jafra is one heart, one family, right? And that we're all in this together. So this is kind of meant as a reminder that we're all in this together. That Jafra's policies and procedures are to help grow your business the right way. Our intention is not to try and stifle your business, but we're here to help you grow in the right direction. If you ever get an email from compliance, often from Anna or myself, asking you to take down a post, please don't stress about it. Those emails are here to help train and guide you. We are here to answer any questions and guide you in the right direction. And that's it from us.
Thanks, Brian. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Those are some great tips. It's always good to have those reminders. I think we've got so many wonderful seasoned leaders out there who have, seen our PNP and our disclosure guide. But it's always fantastic to, with this new season of fall, just have a reminder. And so thank you for sharing that.
My pleasure. Yeah, of course.
That was fantastic.
I think too, it's also important to remember that the rules change. So something that was okay X amount of years ago, or even a year ago, isn't fine now maybe. So I put for y'all who are live, the benefit for you is I put the updated disclosure guide and the updated PMPs in the chat of the Zoom, so you can download straight from there. And there's a couple of questions for you if that is okay.
Yeah, fantastic.
So does Jafra independent consultant need to be in the title of the page or the description? Is there a rule about where it needs to go?
No, not necessarily. The key is just the concept that you're identifying as a Jafra independent consultant wherever that, fits in your certain social media platform. And, we just gave these examples from Facebook, but obviously, hopefully you're, using all the different tools at your disposal. And so the idea is that you put it, where it makes sense. And those are two great places to put it. But go ahead and, do it on your pages as you see fit. And certainly if you have any questions about it, you can always send us a screenshot and say, does this look right? Or, do you have any suggestions? And we can try and help.
And also in that same question, Jafra independent consultant, is that the buzzword, or can they put, I don't know, Jafra Beauty Insider or some other iteration of it, or must it be Jafra independent consultant?
That phrase is really important to have at least somewhere. That's not to say that you can't use, the different terminology that Jafra uses or identify yourself, with your leader title. But it should probably be in combination with those two things. I mean, the most important concept that we're trying to get across is that you are your own entrepreneur. You have your own business. You're an independent consultant. You're not, a Jafra employee, you're not Jafra corporate, you're not just some random person who likes Jafra, you are, your own Jafra business. And so, so I would say it kind of depends, but just make sure that it's clear and that the spirit of that is coming across.
Awesome. There are no other questions in the chat. I think
Okay.
you all were so clear. I'll give 1 more minute for anybody who may want to raise their hand or chime in or ask a pressing question that didn't get an opportunity to put it in the chat. But honestly, you all did amazing. The rules are very clear, at least to me, and I hope they're very clear to everyone else. If you all have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, pop them in the chat. And you can always direct your questions to jaffracares@jaffra.com. Put legal in the subject line so that it goes straight to Anna and Brian. And if there's anything else, you guys, this is your moment. Otherwise, you're just stuck with me for the rest of the hour.
Well, I think that's okay. I think you'll be a great host. I'm sure they're excited to get to marketing tips. Compliance and legal is always a little bit of a funny way to start your Monday. So I'm sure you guys will have a blast.
I don't know. Rules are great, you guys.
Glad you think so. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, okay. If the word Jafra appears in an email address, along with other words or letters, is that acceptable?
Jafra, if it's Jafra independent consultant, that would be fine. But your email address should be your own email address. It's
Right.
not a Jafra corporate address. And so, so we do, So, you would want to make sure that it's clear that you're a Jafra independent consultant.
So if I had an email address, for example, JackieLovesJaffra@gmail.com, is that acceptable?
Jackie Loves Jafra. I would have to, let's think, our policies and procedures. I believe that it needs to identify either as an independent consultant, or just, be your name and about your own beauty business. But with that being said, I know a lot of people have that in their names. And so I think that we could take a look at it on an individual basis and kind of see, I think that there's some room there.
Awesome. I love that. If there's any, so let's see. So we need to change email addresses that we've had for decades is what they're asking.
No, not necessarily.
think
You've
so,
built
no.
your own business. We're not here to disrupt your businesses. So.
I
Yeah.
think that it's one of those things that if it becomes an issue, it will become an issue. Otherwise, I think we're okay.
Frankly, I will have to go back and check the PMP on that. But what I would say is the best thing you can do is make sure that your signature block clearly identifies you as a Jafra independent consultant. And so just
There
make
you
sure,
go.
you've got that Jafra independent consultant. And then under that, you can put your manager, or leadership level, and you put your contact info and make sure that it's clear that way. And we're not really here to worry about email addresses today. We're really here to talk about the social media tips because that's
Right.
the public facing, issue. And so it's kind of look at your whole profile, look at your whole personal branding together and make sure that it's really clear that you've got your own business, loud and proud, you're the Jafra independent consultant.
I love that. Just adding it to your signature is pretty intelligent. I love that so much. Perfect. Perfect. All right, you guys, if there are any other thoughts, pop them in the chat and I'll forward them on to Anna and Brian, but we'll let them get back to their day and we'll get on to Marketing Monday. Sound fair?
Okay, sounds good.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all
Take
so
care.
much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.